Hello, my friends. Boomy here once again with another video for you, my Fallout brothers and sisters. We've got a lot of information that's just been popping up all over the place, and we're trying to just keep track of it and keep ahead of it, which is kind of hard because they're constantly doing stuff, which is totally fine. That's what we want them to do. Now let's get into some more updates they have for Fallout 76 that Bashida has been coming out with, and I think are pretty cool updates, and also raises some questions here and there. So one of the things they do want to do, and this is probably not going to happen until way after launch, is private worlds. Will these be servers? I don't know. Will it just be places so people won't be griefed when other players who want to have that cup of coffee and then kill you happens? Who knows? We will find out later on there. When it comes to mods, Bashida's said that they love the mods and they want mods to come back, and they're going to be working on some mods as well, but they're going to wait a little bit till after launch for that system to come into place and just to see how everything goes with the initial launch, which totally makes sense because when you launch something brand new, especially like this one, weird things tend to happen. Now, when it comes to the PvP aspect of this all, they're saying that there will be some PvP, but it's going to be more co-op, and you will be able to do things on your own if you want to. Now, whether or not there's going to be toggles to turn off the PvP part for you so that people can't actually come and get you, or people can't see you, because you will, for right now at least, on the map, you can see who's on the server and where they're at. Now, this can be problematic when you have douche canoes out there who all they want to do is lighten up your day and take all the things you have. Now, fortunately, within the Fallout community, that isn't really prevalent, but it's the internet, so people will find a way to be douche canoes. It's a thing. Now, whether or not this will be able to be turned off, we don't know yet. I hope it will be. I hope that'll be an option. Also, when it comes down to other things that are coming in that they've been talking about is microtransactions. Now, the reason why we're going to have these microtransactions, and we have them all over the place anyway else, is because the updates for the game, whether DLCs, event updates that they have planned for Fallout 76, will be paid for via these microtransactions. So we're not going to have to pay like $20 for this DLC or this event, this and the other thing. So this is their business model plan for this, is to pay for things through the microtransactions, which means you're going to have pretty cool cosmetic gear and just stuff to parade around with, like, hey man, look at my feathers look great. Not that I'm saying there's gonna be feathers in the game. That's just an example. Please don't take that. Yeah, don't do that. But yeah, so there will be free updates for the games, which is awesome. Your group max, when you're grouping with people, will be 4 people for right now. Now, they want to play with the system to where there might be a group of 12 people going after world bosses. Yes, there will be world bosses to where they have events where there's going to be giant monsters going around, making everyone's day horrible. But they want you to be able to come together with your friends and kill them. Yes, because death is good. Now, when we talk about your servers, unlike in a regular MMO, because I'm calling this an MMO light, unlike in your regular MMO where you have hundreds of people on the server at the same time, Bashida is going to make sure that you only have 24 to 32 people on a server. So that's pretty cool. And it kind of goes to the idea, like, there's not a lot of people out here anyways. Y'all just came out of the vault. You're the first ones to come out of the vault, which is why there's no raiders out there, because no one's been around to really establish anything. You guys just came out. You know, this thing takes place 20, 25 years after the nukes struck the whole joint. So that makes sense. You'll have your ghouls and your, feral ghouls out there trying to, make your day not so fun, but then that's going to happen. But yeah, in that remark, there's going to be no human NPCs, but there will be, like I said, a ghoul faction out there. So zombies with guns, pretty much. And you'll find out there as well. Now, when it comes to griefing, they're really cognizant of the whole griefing issue co-op and PvP games have in the world, and they want to take a chance when the game goes live, and especially through beta, to see how this all works. They want to make sure that there's some drama in the game, but that you're not being griefed every second, because that just doesn't make the game fun. And then they will lose out on a butt ton of money if it's just griefing everywhere and people just stop playing. Now, there will be story and quests, but these will mainly be handed out by your robots. and things, because like we said earlier, there will be no human NPCs, and the giant story and the quests are really not the main focus of the game. The main focus of the game is co-op, grouping with people to go out there, have fun, building settlements, because remember, you just came out of the vault. Your job is to go build settlements. You're in West Virginia. That's your thing. And West Virginia is kind of cool, in fact, because it hasn't been completely touched by full total nuclear fallout, because it's not highly populated compared to, say, Washington, D.C., so it's not exactly on the enemy's map of, let's take out West Virginia, yeah! So that's the thing there. So your job is to go and resettle things and make stuff. Now, when you're making your cities, don't worry if you do get nuked, and we'll talk about the nukes in just a moment. Don't worry, it won't be completely destroyed. You'll be able to go rebuild it, and there might be even faster way to rebuild things when it comes to being nuked out of oblivion. Now, when the areas do get nuked, this is going to be more like an end game type area. For if you are in an end game type gear and to end game type level, this is a great place for you, because you're going to have all the really good mats, and you're going to have end game type monsters over there. So a lot of your good stuff is going to be in these nuked areas. Now, the cool thing about these nuked areas is they're not going to stay nuked for too long. They didn't give us exact time, what the timer is going to be for that, but the area upon which you did decide to nuke and destroy will eventually go back to normal, which is good, because, you know, if they didn't do that, then you'll destroy the whole map. You'll be like, okay, well, now what? So while you're going through this place, a big thing about what they wanted to do with the Fallout 76 map, and since it is 4 times larger, and it is West Virginia, there's so much there, they wanted to just put a lot of landmarks in, and they want you really to explore this map, and they're putting things in there to be points of reference for you, to use your binoculars. So they're going to have like a center type, I'm not quite sure what it's called, but there is like a center type thing to where you can kind of get your bearings, like, oh, well, that mountain's over there, that means my workshop, oh crap, it just got blown to bits, now wait. So they really emphasis on exploring and going around finding stuff, and some of the things you will find will be called public workshops, and so these things will probably be guarded by sometimes real people, other times probably by ghouls, and, you know, maybe monsters and little robots who just want to kill you. And so once you destroy these things, get rid of them, you will have access to this pretty outside giant workshop, which will give you access to pretty cool things, rare objects, rare recipes, this, that, or whatever that you need to do all your things with. You can group up and you kind of go over there, you know, craft whatever it is to your heart's content. And some of the things you get to craft nowadays will be bullets. That's right, you'll be crafting bullets, and you'll more than likely be able to sell some stuff. We'll see how that goes down the line. I'm pretty sure they're going to implement something like that into the game when that gets there. Now, when it comes about talk about recipes, they really and how they talked about really just focusing on exploring this map. They're going to have different biomes on this map, and in each biome, each area, you're going to have different type of recipes that are unique to this area, different type of materials that are also unique to this area. So for certain things, you're going to have to go to X, Y, and Z to go get it, and then go to A, B, C, D to go get those mats and those recipes over there. But while you're traveling through this area and you want to survive, this is also like a survival game. Something they're implementing into this Fallout 76 is that you will need to eat and drink food or you will perish. And speaking of perishing, eat your food quick, because your food will rot and you won't be able to eat it, and it won't do any good for you. And then there are all these things out there like diseases. Not much is known about them, as they go into a Yoda talk right there. Yes, please. No, please, yes. But there's also these things called mutations. Now, this is kind of cool, this mutation. These mutations can either have a positive perk for you or a negative perk for you. And you have and will be given the ability to keep this perk, this mutation, if you want to. Now, some of it will be cosmetic, some of it will be for your regular perks that go on. And I think that is actually kind of cool, and I can't wait to see how that's implemented in the game and how that's going to make you stronger or better or whatever that type of perk might be. So the more rads you get, the better likelihood of a mutation that you're going to get. So be careful out there, watch out, and I really, like I said, I think that is really a good idea. Now, as you level up, as we always leveled up in the Fallout games, you get the perks out there, right? You get the perk cards, and that, give you certain things to do, like lock picking, strength and stamina, this, that, or the other thing. So what they're going to do is something a little different, but kind of the same. So you're going to get these perk cards, and you can pick which type of perk you want to have. Now, the cool thing about this is when you're in a group, if a member in your group needs a certain type of perk that they don't have, but you have it, you can share that perk with them so they can have it, I believe, for the duration of the time you guys are grouped together. So that's really cool as well. And speaking of friends, right? Say you have friend, Dave, he wants to play with you, but he's on a different server, but in regular world, you can't do that, right? You have to do like a server transfer. You don't have to do that in Fallout 76. You can actually go play with your friends no matter what server they're on, and getting there is going to be seamless. Or at least that's what they want it to be. Practically one loading screen for that. So my friends, that's pretty much what we have right now. There's, I'm sure there's more stuff coming down the road very quickly, very soon. For us to digest and really just take in and figure out what's going on in this game. And so far, I'm cautiously optimistic about what we have so far. I like the idea that when it comes to griefing, they've really been talking about how they don't want there to be a lot of griefing. They want there to be drama in the game, but not a lot of griefing. So it should be interesting to see how they dial that in. And that is also something they said that they'll be watching very closely when the game goes live, and especially in beta, just to see how griefing goes in the Fallout setting. And, you definitely don't want to be in a game to where you just don't want to come back anymore because you keep getting griefed and someone's like, camping the gravesite, and I've had that happen to me in World of Warcraft too many times to count. So it should be interesting to see. And another cool thing I do like in this, and that gives me hope, is that if you are killed in this game, you don't lose progress. You don't lose anything. You just spawn somewhere else, or you get to choose to spawn somewhere else, and you go about your daily activities. And I think that's a really cool and awesome idea. And I think that curves a lot of the griefing part out of it, because that's the other part of griefing, right? In some games, you die, you have to start over again. Well, in this one, you won't have to, and I think that's great. So I think they're on the right road. We will see what's going to come up later down the road as even more news comes out and when the beta goes live and all that jazz. So my friends, keep your heads up. I know there's some questions about this game right now, but I think Bethesda, they've done really well thus far. I think they deserve a little bit of our patience in this regard as we do something new with this IP. So if you like what you see here, make sure you hit that like button. That helps the channel a lot. If you don't, pound the crap out of that and I will, find you and nuke you. JK, maybe not. And if you really like what you see here, make sure you hit that share button and the notification button down there and subscribe and become part of the Boomy Nation family here of the Freak Show on YouTube. And stay tuned for even more Fallout 76 news as it comes. My friends, as always, be kind and it's about community, and we'll see you later. Good day.